is good? It's your boy Tom back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking specifically about these free 'Tis the Season agenda cards that have been coming to NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, breaking down whether these cards are good, worth your grind, and breaking down, why they are important, especially given the holiday season. Now, first of all, I do want to say Bill Russell, I am a big fan of. Only 6'10", but he's incredible on that defensive end of the court. And if you were to pick up the game today, Bill Russell is a card that you can play to start your squad at that center position. Mark Price, I guess I'm not as big of a fan of. I don't think this card is great, all just because he's super undersized and just not a card I would really, I just don't think it's worth grinding. But the realistic part of this thing is, both of them are needed for Kobe, but obviously even if you're not going for Kobe Bryant, both of them are decent guys to add to your squad because they're not super difficult to get. So how do you get Bill Russell? Well, you got to complete one of these two things, whether it's winning 2 triple threat online games, 10 triple threat offline games, and then you just got to get 10 rebounds. That's how you get Bill Russell. Should be really easy for you guys to do. For Mark Price, you got to either win 2 clutch time online games or 10 clutch time offline games. And then after that, you're going to have to knock down 7 3-pointers. Again, it's super easy challenges to get done. You should be able to get these challenges done within 15-20 minutes, and that's crazy for a really solid Amy in Bill Russell. Obviously, Mark Price is not great, but I'm encouraging you guys to think that these players are really good. Now, what's the more important thing with this? Well, when I pull up the MyTEAM playbook, which you guys can do on your end as well, and you look at what is to come for this upcoming week, well, tomorrow we're getting a new 'Tis the Season player via the agendas. Then even on Wednesday, a new 'Tis the Season player. Thursday, a new 'Tis the Season player. So we're going to continue to get these solid, at least I believe they're all Amis, to add to our collection. And I think there's, a total of 10 of them, I believe. Maybe there's, let me see, 1, 2, yeah, no, maybe there's only 5 of them. I'm not quite exactly sure. Maybe there's somewhere in between. I'd have to, go more in depth and scroll up in this 'Tis the Season set. It does look like there are 10 days there's gonna be players in the agendas, which is important because all of those cards are free. And again, if they can be to the level of Bill Russell, I'm not a big fan of Mark Price, but if they could be to the level of a Bill Russell, I think that is super important for the game mode as a whole. Now, for me personally, look, you can combine them with the 'Tis the Season agendas. You can combine them with the season rewind agendas. You can get a lot of things done as you are grinding these simple things out. And my favorite part is, sure, you might have to grind a specific game mode, but there's nothing else you have to do. So let's say you want to play, triple threat offline. Well, sure, yeah, you can earn this and then, get assists with Sapphire 'Tis the Season players as you continue the ranks up, just kind of knocking out 2 things at once. That's kind of the main thing I would encourage you guys to think about. Now, sure, you can go through and when you look at these cards, you can go through and buy them directly for 84,000 MT. But with as easy as they are to get, there's no reason to do that, guys. In my opinion, sure, if these amethysts continue to get better and better, you're going to have some great cards to add to your squad. And let's say you are no money spent. Let's say you're just starting the game. It's important to add a guy like Bill Russell. And then, scroll down. Add some of these, tournament battles players. Pick up Bobby Portis Jr., who's incredible. Pick up Derek White, Dorian Finney-Smith, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Add those guys to your squad as well. And before you know it, you're going to have a really solid budget squad, all headlined by these 'Tis the Season grindable cards. Now, I know Kobe's like the hype beast, so everybody that gets these 'Tis the Season cards is going to feel like they need to lock in Kobe, or they're close to Kobe, so they might as well lock him in. I'm here to tell you guys, you do not need to lock in Kobe. You can just grind out whatever agendas you want to grind out and go with that. And even if you want to, they're available for 32 days. Wait before they're all out to grind them out. You could do that as well. The one thing I would say is they're probably going to be in different game modes. So, that's the one tough part. But, I could combine the rebounds and the threes together once I do get the first part of Mark Price's done and work on that. And again, that can be in any specific game game mode. So I could work towards this while getting it done. I could probably even, you know, if I wanted to, grind out the triple threat games with for Mark Price. And then when I need threes, go into, let's say, a skills challenge with Jalen Brunson or whoever else is a Knicks player and get this challenge done as well, if I do want that Diamond NBA Equal Chance pack. That's just kind of the way I personally would encourage you guys to think about it, as you guys are seeing more and more of these players in the agendas. I'm not super high on Mark Price. I do like Bill Russell for what he provides for you guys on the court. And again, they're super easy to grind. Takes you a few minutes every single day to grind these 20 or so minutes, and it gives you a reason to load up the game, right? In the past, you know, you've loaded up the game. Oh, what do I want to play today? Do I want to play Unlimited? Do I want to play this? Do I want to play that? Well, these things give you a reason to load up and play the game. Even if you don't think it's that big of a deal, it is a reason to do that. So even for me, right, after I grind out whatever I have to do for Mark Price, you know, get Bill Russell, I'm going to be a step closer towards Kobe Bryant, who is ultimately the lock-in reward. There is a lot to play. There's a lot to grind, but the easiest things to grind right now are for Mark Price and Bill Russell. And even if you don't want them, if you don't want Kobe, if you don't want them, well, you can add them for collector level. For me personally, right, I there's not even anything in collector level that I'm really super high on. Obviously, this Hall of Fame option pack, the 40,000 MT, those things are going to be nice, but it's not like, dang, I need to go get it right now. And so adding these free cards, those things are going to be added to the collector level as well, which again, right now might not seem like a big deal, but come down the road, when cards get more and more difficult to get, they will definitely matter. So those are just a couple of things that I personally think about with these new Tis the Season free cards. Bill Russell, I am actually a pretty big fan of. And if I would have been home yesterday, I probably actually would have done a gameplay of Bill Russell. I mean, I am that high on the card. Mark Price, again, I mean, I know he's going to be a sharpshooter and sure, he's Mark Price. But the thing we got to realize is he's only 6 feet tall. And so for me, I'll for the sake of this video, even go into shoot around with Mark Price to show what the card really gets into. But I'm just telling you guys, don't get your hopes up with a guy like Mark Price. I just do not think the card is going to be that great. But at the end of the day, the reason he's not going to be great is because he's 6 feet tall. That's the big reason for Mark Price. Movement wise, doesn't even seem that bad. Again, he is 6 feet tall, so he should be able to move. The problem is, release is way too slow for my liking. So yes, if you're wondering, is Mark Price good? Does Mark Price play? No. But my hopes is for the next week or so, we continue to see really good amethyst to make this Kobe Bryant set just a lot of fun for everybody involved. Not just for the people that can lock in Kobe, but even the budget ballers that can get some of these cards along the way over this Tis the Season event. I need to know your guys' thoughts on this. For me, if I was just starting the game right now, Bill Russell's a great guy to pick up. Hopefully there's going to be more to come. Combine that with some of the other good budget ballers we've seen lately, even like a Terrence Mann, some of those playoff evos, NBA tournament battles, you can get a really good squad relatively quickly. And if you haven't really grinded too much, buy some of those tournament battles players. Buy Portis, buy, Derek White, KSP. Evo them up as you're grinding in triple threat offline, grinding in clutch time offline. Evo those cards up. You're going to be able to knock out more things at once. And then you're going to have a good team before you know it. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.